Hiya Squishers, and welcome to guess it, another episode of me under the stairs talking to you about Squish. And I can tell you something, yesterday after meeting under the stairs, which often feels a bit like a lunch break at work where I work by myself and then I meet up with other crafty people for my lunch break, I've kind of missed that. And then even a couple of minutes makes a huge difference to me. So I just thought maybe a couple of minutes makes a huge difference to you. So I thought I'm going to just pop in as often as I can to talk to you a bit about time as well, because time is something that is elusive and disappears. We try and catch it, bottle it, knit it up. But that is one thing I've been finding today, is that I've had no time to knit, nothing at all. But can you believe it? By the stroke of luck, I found an actually already cast on sock in my basket of Squish. Whoop! Because this is my basket of living room projects, the kind of projects that I can pick up whenever I fancy, because as we know, time isn't like something you can book in advance. You really can't. You can book it in, but if it turns up for you or not is a totally different thing. So sometimes I like the fact that I can knit a few squares, and other times, none. Like today, I just completed this one right here. Boom, which means I've set my intentions for another strip. And another project I've got going on in here, which there's that one as well, that I'm in love with. It's a project new to me, new to you. I have no idea where I'm going, so hold tight, enjoy the ride. And maybe one day I'll do a knit along with me, I have no idea where it's going project. Like, I'll have some idea, but we'll make it up as we go along. This is kind of that kind of project where I can just pick it up, do a couple of rows, and then pop it back in the basket. But right now, I am knitting, and I'm looking around. There is yarn everywhere. I'm looking around for the sock. Now, this is my most favourite thing at the moment because it has a lot to do with time. Like, not time to make, but time. My thoughts were, because I get asked all the time, do I sell handmade, already made socks or handmade, already made wrist warmers? And I've always said no, because there's never enough time. Like I would absolutely adore that. Like, how amazing. And since I've been away for a little while, I have been considering, like, can I make the time? Can I make that time appear? Well, not really, but it's remarkable what happens when you actually time yourself knitting, which I've done, which is quite fun. And don't let it get you down, even when you realise that even though it doesn't feel like long, it turns out that all those 10 minutes added up to like 10 hours. I know. But these socks are my new favourite thing because they've two things in one: sock without a heel and that squishy roll cast on scrappy beautiful thing that I just love it. Just stick it all together. So I'm just ploughing through knitting up these for me to wear to start with, because that's a new thing for me too. Like, if you've been around here a while, I never really knit things in pairs or for myself. So this is I'm moving in a new direction, because that's another thing that helps me value my time. And remember this, every time you pick up something you're making, I want you to think, oh, I gave myself that little bit of time right there. Because this really is something you have to give yourself permission to do. Knitting, crafting, making, whatever, is something you have to give yourself a bit of permission to do sometimes. And if you're struggling to even find the time, I want you to know that thinking about it, that is so valuable. And often I have times where I can make nothing or do anything, and I spend a lot of time thinking about it, and that feels like I'm actually doing it. You know what I mean? Like, my brain doesn't know the difference between me visualizing it and exploring it than it does for me actually picking up my needles. So just don't forget, if you don't have the time, think about it. Just keep thinking about it, and keep squishing the squish and arranging the colors. And I will give this pattern to you, of course, but it's super simple. So squishers, there's my it's nice to be on a lunch break. And I shall catch you very, very soon. Squish on. Don't forget, there's loads of free patterns on the website. Have loads of fun, and I'll catch you maybe tomorrow. Bye.